Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca and welcome back to my grotto. So for today I was going to do a book review, but the word book review seems very intimidating to a booktube newbie, so I'm going to call it book talk, but I also realize it's going to be more of me just fangirling, so I don't know what this video is going to be, so I guess we'll find out. But, you know, here we are, so let's get into it. A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. If this book, I know that there are people who have not read this yet. There are people who haven't even read the series, or maybe they read the first one but not the second one, so I don't want to go into synopsis for this book because I don't want to ruin for anybody, and I feel like if I talk about what this book is about, it kind of ruins the second one, or at least the ending of the second one, so I don't want to do that. If you don't know what this series is about, I'll leave the synopsis down below for, or not the synopsis, but like the Goodreads link, so you guys can go ahead and read those on your own. I'm going to start off with saying that Sarah is a fucking genius. Like, her writing is insane. Like, wait, how does she come up with these characters, these like storylines, and how does she like mush them together so that they make sense and that they go well with each other? She's just a mad genius. Like, I don't understand. She's just insane. Like, it's insane. Yeah, I don't even know how to, like, I'm so speechless with this book. But the characters, like the characters and their backstory and the character development, looking at Feyre's growth alone from the first book to this book is insane. It is a mad woman work. That is what this is. I just cannot. I love it so much. And not only, like, besides her storylines and besides her characters, how descriptive she gets. Like, she writes things and as you're reading them you can just see them. So well executed, in my opinion. Just love her work. I do. I just love it. So I started this book as the day I got it. Like, the day it came out I started it, and in the first 2 days, the day it came out and the next day, I read about 100 pages, and I thought, I'm gonna take this really slow because I don't want this to end and I want it to last for fucking ever. And then I got to a point in the book where I could not do that. I said, I can't just go slow. I have to read it all right now in one sitting, like right now. Everything was, it just, things, I don't even know what to say. I'm so speechless. I'm so sorry that this is like me just rambling, but I don't know what to say. I really loved this book. I loved it. I enjoyed it. The ending ruined me. I had all the feels and it was just insane and I couldn't live. Like, I finished this book and for 2 hours I kind of just hung out at home, like, totally in a daze. Like, what just happened? Like, what did I just read? Like, what is this book? It just left me totally like, yeah, that's what this book did to me. And I got to the end part of this where you guys will know, for those of you who read it, you know what I'm talking about, but something happened and it was kind of like the initiation of the ending of this book, and it was very like heart-wrenching and made you do all the feels, and you knew that when you got to that point, like, shit was gonna go down from there on out. So I was at work when I was at that point, and when I started to read the part that I'm talking about, I started crying. I was sitting there eating my lunch and I was crying, and I looked around and I thought, I cannot read this in public because I'm going to ugly cry. So I grabbed my lunch, I grabbed my book, and I went and sat in my car and I read for like the last 15 minutes of my lunch, and I just fucking cried like a little baby. It made me have all the fucking feels. I talked to a couple people and someone mentioned that the ending was like too much for them. Like, things were happening here and there and they were just like boom, 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 boom. Things like one after another were happening. But I like the way that was, because not only did it get me on my toes, but I think it was done very well. Like, something would happen and then something else would happen, but it wasn't too overwhelming, at least to me. But like I said, I have heard someone say that it was a little overwhelming, but to me it was perfect. It kept me hooked. I was just reading this ferociously, like I don't even know how to describe it. There was a point in this book where I was reading and the whole time like I was holding the book and my knuckles were just white from how tense I was holding it, and like my book was shaking because I was just reading it like tense. And when I finally put it down and stopped and took a break, I loosened up and I sat up straight and my whole back just hurt because I was just sitting there like crunched down, tensely reading it. I obviously gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. This whole series to me is, I fucking just love this whole entire series. I'm also really excited for the spin-offs. I know Sarah talked about the spin-offs a little bit in a video. The reason that she left some of the storylines the way she did was because she wanted to make a spin-off with some of the other characters in the series, so I'm really excited. And she also said that some of the spin-off series might take place after this book, like at the ending of this book and like what happens after, but she said that they might also take place before the whole series even starts. So that I'm really fucking excited to see, because these are like some of the characters that I want to be friends with. Like I want to be friends with all these people. I want to be part of this family. This like group, like whole, like the Rysand and Feyre's group, I just want to be part of them. I want to be part of that world.
I want to be where Rysand's family is. I want to see him fighting.
That's really embarrassing. So I'm gonna move on from that. So yeah, like I said, 5 out of 5 stars. If you guys have read this, please let's fangirl down below. Did you hate it? Did you love it? Fangirl with me. Tell me your feelings. I want to talk it out. If you guys are gonna write spoilers in your comments, please start off with spoilers so that other people know that there are spoilers in your comments. But let's talk Court of Wings and Ruins down below, because fangirl with me, please. Okay guys, well that is it for my book review, talk, ramble, fangirl sesh, whatever like you want to call this video. I don't even know what it is. This is not what my reviews are going to be like. I am going to have more structured reviews, and this one is one of those books where I had to just fangirl for a second. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you next time.